Everyone's got their thing. Maybe it's a breakup, a death, an accident. Whatever it is, you used to be one thing. Now, you're something else. We all have our own problems. Our own issues. Our own demons.
Welcome back everybody, just like promised we got our first look at the Venom movie. So it wasn't much, they are kind of holding back on us, they didn't want to show Venom yet, but there are hints here and there at what we can expect. So we start off with this pristine body of water here, it looks beautiful right? And we're wondering where could this be taking place? It looks so nice. And it's a fake out because it's the last place you'd want to be. The camera shifts and we realize we're in a hospital. Tom Hardy is playing Eddie Brock and Eddie Brock seems to be in quite the predicament here. We can take a guess at what's happened to him. He's been infected by the symbiote, he's probably feeling unwell and he's being scanned here. Now the question is, has he admitted himself to a regular hospital or has he been taken in by some corporation who wants to run tests on him? We'll see why that might be the case in a later shot. The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Now the Venom movie will loosely follow two stories from the comics, Lethal Protector and the Planet of the Symbiotes. Now in Lethal Protector, Venom and Spider-Man come to an agreement to stay out of each other's way, and Eddie Brock moved to San Francisco and of course Peter Parker stayed in New York, so this is why San Francisco has been chosen to be the setting of the movie. And it could also be the reasoning behind no Spider-Man cameo if that's what they've decided to do. We see two connected shots from behind of Eddie Brock walking. If you watch his body language, you'll notice his head is hung low and his shoulders are slumped over. Now, Tom Hardy is an excellent actor, so this is conveying his demeanor to us. I'm not sure who's actually giving the dialogue here, but they suggest a breakup and then we get a shot of Michelle Williams who is playing Anne Weying. That would suggest that Eddie Brock and her might have been a couple, past tense of course. And that's why Eddie Brock's body language is the way it is. The poor guy's been heartbroken, but I'd lean more towards him already having been infected, and that's why he seems low in spirits. And as we'll see later, he actually wants to stay inconspicuous here. Here he is at what could be a research center of some kind. The voice mentions a death, and his body language would suggest he's looking for somebody. We're about to see a body be uncovered, but it fades into the next shot of what seems to be an accident of some kind. Way over in the distance you'll see this object here. It might just be a spaceship of some kind. Now Eddie Brock is a reporter. This is only guesswork here, but maybe he arrives on the scene, finds something he's not supposed to and ends up being infected because he does not look in good shape here. Here he wakes up, he looks disorientated, probably right after being infected. We have these shady corporate folks arriving and our first look at the symbiote which has been trapped in this capsule device. Here we have Riz Ahmed, you might know him from Rogue One. He's said to play one of those rich crazy researcher types that are up to no good. You can see his lab coats behind him. They've probably just come from that crash site after successfully catching the symbiote here and are planning on doing some research on it. Probably want to develop a bioweapon. There are even rumors that Riz Ahmed's character might become Carnage, but I'm very skeptical about that. Woody Harrelson is listed to be in the movie, and if anybody would fit the role of Cletus Cassidy, it would be him. We should take into account that in the comic Lethal Protector, one of the stories this movie is based on, Venom's symbiote ends up having 5 offspring: Scream, Phage, Riot, Lasher, and Agony. Something similar might happen here, and I get the feeling that Riz Ahmed's character will have a part to play in that, probably by experimenting on the symbiote he's captured here. Now, seeing the way Eddie Brock turns here, I presume he thinks he's being followed, and that would tie in with the next scene. But here he's wearing a green jacket, and on the motorbike he's wearing a white one, so there's a time jump here. This lab coat guy here seems distraught as he stands up. We see Eddie Brock running through the lab to escape, I guess. Maybe he wasn't there against his will. Running through a forest, perhaps from the lab he just escaped. It's probably why he looked so nervous in those previous scenes. He might be a fugitive now. Falling into water, or maybe he jumps off a waterfall to escape, you know, like Arnie did in Predator. Now, this scene is interesting here. Someone or something sends these desktops and the office workers here flying. Now, as far as I'm aware, Venom does not have powers like that, but a symbiote will take the powers of any host it has attached to previously. So maybe in this movie, Venom's powers include the ability to move objects, telekinesis perhaps, because we also see this ambulance flip here, unless it's another symbiote in question. We see the lab coat again, he looks very worried here, and finally Eddie Brock freaking the F out. It looks like we were just short of seeing him transform into Venom. So there you have it, peoples. It does seem like they're using Lethal Protector and Planet of the Symbiotes as inspiration. Yeah, it was kind of disappointing we didn't get a glimpse of Venom in all his glory, but they're probably saving that for the next trailer. The movie comes out in October, so it's still quite early. So what did you guys think? Are you excited? Leave your thoughts down below. I've always been a big fan of the Venom character, and I'm also a big fan of Tom Hardy, so I'm looking forward to it. If you're new to the channel, hit that notification bell to stay updated. I've been told by some they're not getting notices when I publish a new video. I'm not sure what's going on, but things are crazy on YouTube at the moment. Thanks for dropping by, everybody, and don't forget to like, share, sub, and all of that good stuff. And until next time, see yous.